Hi all, am I audible? So, I if so, if I'm audible, like someone like make a thumbs up or something, so that I know you guys are hearing me.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, I would share my screen. Hopefully, I'm audible to the crowd. Um, uh, I'm Tejoram from University of Washington, Seattle, and my expertise lies in computer vision with AI or machine learning. And today I would probably like walk you guys through the AI stuff and mostly in like my domain, which is more of computer vision. And I would try to correlate then and there to more of finance or commerce aspect, like where you guys could potentially use it in future. Basically, this is chart with like the whole product and the commodity which is being developed from the product. For example, like when the internet was a boom, like in 90s and early 2000s, there were like lot of services out of this product like Google, Facebook, and Amazon were built on top of it. Similarly, for cloud computing, when it was a boom, there were products being developed, which is what, as a user, we finally end up using it. So currently, this is like a very layman example. Like they would say, like imagine like a refrigerator when it was invented. It wasn't much of a use case until when Coke came in, and it's being a Coke being a multi-billion dollar industry now. So currently the out of a boom it's being like generative AI, and we know LLMs are the backbone of like agents like ChatGPT you guys would have used, and currently it's being in a trend. And the reason for it is being taking this boom is like AI has been in the sector of AI has been like over in the development of like from 90s, and the reason for it is being the hype in like last couple of years is the reason AI in previous were doing supervised learning, meaning when you throw in a data, they could classify the data. For example, in images, if you throw in a data, it could classify sort of apples and oranges. This is all AI was able to do in past. Currently, we have the generative sort of like feature being added to the AI. Currently, when you have a noise as an input, and you could get uh, whichever text or image form as the output. By doing so, AI could generate new data, and we have a reasoning feedback loop as well. So it could generate data sensing what it generates. So that is being the hype now. And we would speak of applications, what could be added on, potentially be a use case for you guys. This is one of my work being for being in the publication for CVPR. Basically, what it does is like it's a think of this as like medical domain imaging, where histopathology is a niche domain where skin cancers are being analyzed. I understand this is not the domain you guys are in, but I would try to switch and sort of juggle between things and probably explain where you could use it in your field. So here the data is like a 1 gigabyte of image or something, where it's a like really large image with different zoom levels in it. It's a high resolution image. Now the goal of this project, which we were working with Microsoft and UW Medicine, was uh, if we throw in an image to an LLM. Whenever I say LLM, think of a model, custom made model similar to ChatGPT. uh, when we throw in an image, can it actually traverse across all zoom levels and all spatial values and generate a medical report as if a doctor or a histopathologist have generated? Think of it like it sort of now mimics a human, or in this case, a doctor, and does a job of a human. And this is a one funny example of like how AI could potentially take over jobs, right? Yeah, here, basically, when you're, I believe you guys would never be actually be coding an ML model. So I wanted to explain more in sort of prompts. What a sort of like chat GBT prompt, if you have structured it better, it would have reasoned it better. For example, here, this is like a prompt. Actually, we have given it as a GPT prompt as like a baseline model. We have explained what the model should do and what are the restrictions and the actions space we have defined it up, so it would be easier for us to communicate to the model and the model to communicate better to us. And sort of there is a specialized field called human computer interaction in specific to explore things on this aspect. um, so this is where the image is being getting started, and we would traverse across different spatial locations, and by sort of like gridding it, model have a the it's again for human computer interaction purpose, like model could locate it, but how would model communicate to us? That's the reason for gridding and numbering it. So this is like this is what the model sees, and it explains us. So it also plans and reasons why it is planning to move in which direction. What is the reason for it? Basically, it's called chain of thoughts. It's basically a Google published paper where if you ask an GPT model, and it can sometimes make a random answer, right? Uh, so to avoid that, you could answer it like in a step-by-step fashion. It would often answer it reasonably or logically. Imagine like uh, asking it like, what is 2 plus 5 or something like that, and in worst case it can give a wrong number. But if you ask it like, what is 2 plus 5, and explain the um, operations step by step, it won't usually make up things or give a wrong answer when it's being chain of thoughts, which means like thoughts being associated with each other. Mm, and when this is like a second image which is being zoomed in and navigated from the first image, and this process sort of continues. We have different zoom levels, and this process continues. It's sort of like zooming and zooming in, and it extracts findings uh, in each of the zoom levels, and we correlate it. So in the end, it finally generates a report as if a doctor generating a report, and sends it to the patients or like the final team, where it explains what it sees, and is the patient is like clinically ill or is fine. So this is an example. To do this job, we have trained the data like sort of histopathologist data. This is like a sort of like where they usually view, and we have generated like 10, 20, 40 zoom levels over the most frequently visited zoom levels. And this intuitively explains why, because this is where these are round numbers, and we humans have tendency to view it more. And this is like an overall example of the whole pipeline. We have like the navigation agent jumping across different grids in the zoom levels and in the spatial resolution. And ideally, we need to have a heat map where it won't explore the background pixels, right? It explores the foreground object, and it generates a certain pixel and uh, do a description, and all these description for each croppings would be stored, and finally different LLM or a diagnosis agent would be sort of like computing everything and putting it together into an email format. uh, this is like one other project with like IIT Madras, where we would be using machine learning to actually view in night time. This is like input being amplified. This is to if a model could view in a night time or like low light images. This is an example where it amplifies the image. This is again an image generation conditional image generation problem. This is like being model which being used, so I won't go too much into this, so to keep things non technical. But yeah, this is the overall example where what we have been doing in UW Medicine or IITM. The whole idea of is like when you have a data, you could fine tune a model like ChatGPT, or it's not open source. You think of it like Llama or other models where you could like actually fine tune and use it for your own purpose. For example, in your case, if you have like a financial documents or like uh, sort of balance sheets, and you want something to be out of it, so you can have the model to be fine tuned on financial analysis or other stuffs which you guys use day to day. And in this example, which where we were mimicking histopathologists or doctors, you could actually mimic a financial expert for your use case. And this could be like you used in every domain you can think of. And I think that's it for me as of now. Is there any questions? You can shout it out. Yeah, then I yeah, I can wind it up now.